I'm Dave Floss.
It's evening, new 6 o'clock news.
Dependable, shadow traffic, weather on the nines. All right, let's try that again. I'm Dave Floss.
I'm Mike Davis.
And we are mentally unbalanced.
Doom sound.
This is world-renowned scientist and fan of the 80s Stephen Hawking. The following podcast may contain foul language and adult subject matter. I think it is funny as shit, and if you are not in a black hole, should give it a listen. Hello, this is Stephen Hawking. Welcome to the Mentally Unbalanced podcast featuring the Circle of Idiots.
Hi everyone, I'm Dave Floss.
I just told you I'm Mike Davis.
And we, of course, are the Circle of Idiots coming to you from Mentally Unbalanced for this special edition Valentine's Day video podcast. Why are we doing a Valentine's Day video podcast? Well,
It's almost Valentine's Day.
that's part of it. It's just about to be Valentine's Day, and by the time I'm done editing it,
Probably.
it'll probably be past Valentine's Day.
More.
But more to the point, it's not just because it's Valentine's Day. It's because right now, our wives and our children have decided to play Just Dance. And although our physique may not automatically convey this, I do not dance.
Not well, anyways.
No. And if I did dance, well, I'd probably be laid up for several days. My body just doesn't have those types of moves anymore. So while they are having, I'm sure, a wonderful time upstairs playing Just Dance and shaking it, and perhaps from time to time you'll hear some nice rhythmic beats in the background, we decided instead we would rather spend the time doing a Valentine's Day, well, actually doing an anything podcast.
Doing away stuff.
Something. And it seemed to make sense. Of course, we try to come up with a theme, something interesting to talk about, and, well, it's Valentine's Day, so yeah. We decided to go with, I'm sure, our favorite holiday, Valentine's Day.
Well,
So, do you celebrate Valentine's Day in your house? Is there any special Valentine's Day stuff that you do?
Yes and no.
Yes. Please elaborate. Yes and no?
It's not big or anything, but it's acknowledged.
You acknowledge the presence
Yes.
of the Valentine's Day, but don't necessarily, are gifts exchanged?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Sometimes not.
Sometimes not.
Valentine's Day is a
Sometimes.
non-holiday in my house.
Yeah.
It's not that we refuse to acknowledge it. I'm not anti-Valentine's Day or anti-Hallmark, but my wife and I seem to thankfully be on the exact same page in that we just don't care. It's one of those, we don't need one day out of the year to show each other how we feel about each other. So Valentine's Day is just another day, right? Just another day. Never exchange gifts, cards. Maybe when we were first dating, when we were in courtship, there might have been some stuff, but 20 long years of marriage, and it's just Sunday. I'm still sleeping in, and I'm probably not getting dressed because it's Sunday. But just because I am not a huge celebrator of Valentine's Day does not mean that there are many people out there who don't truly enjoy Valentine's Day, and I thought for our Valentine's Day video podcast special, we would kind of bridge the gap between your more cliche Valentine's Day heart-shaped box full of chocolates and the things that the circle of idiots, the geeks, would enjoy. So we are now going to bring you the mentally unbalanced geek edition of Valentine's Day. Ooh, it's exciting. Very exciting.
It is.
Are you ready?
I am.
You ready to open up, share,
Ready for the sexy.
expose yourself? All right. So why don't we jump right into segment number one. Segment number one.
Okay.
Segment number one is your favorite sci-fi couples. Favorite sci-fi couples. We'll include fantasy in this as well, if it should come across your mind. Your favorite sci-fi or fantasy couples. So why don't you go first? What is, when you think, the ultimate
You gotta
sci-fi
go
couple?
Han and Leia.
Of course.
Yeah.
Han
That's
Solo,
the one.
Leia, Princess Leia Organa,
Yeah.
the ultimate, and of course, really, if you think about it, and it's actually, I guess we're going to kind of half segue, but we'll have a segment later, which is the best science fiction romance movies for you and your special someone, or alone, watch on Valentine's Day. You can still watch a phenomenal love story that's shrouded in a phenomenal science fiction or fantasy film. So, probably giving one away here right now.
Empire.
The Empire Strikes Back is really a phenomenal love story movie.
Yeah.
It's funny, it gets a lot
It's
of
the baller.
It gets
It's the
but it gets a
going
little
down
bit of
into
heat.
the fucking
Frozen in
freeze.
carbonite, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course,
I
there's-
love you. I know.
the funny thing is that I remember growing up, and it was like that. Ooh, that is what Han would say. And now people, a lot of people online are saying it's kind of, he's kind of like downplaying the whole thing. Like she's like, I love you. He's like, I know. Like he's all macho or tough, and yet I think it's one of his most vulnerable.
Does it in Return of the Jedi.
Like I said, this is not necessarily my opinion. It is the opinion of the internets, because it comes up every Valentine's Day. You'll see a lot of people talking about relationships, and for some reason, Han and Leia, 30 years later, still a hot topic as far as was it actually a healthy relationship. Fortunately, this is not Dr. Drew or Dr. Mary Schlesinger, right? So we're not gonna worry about the implications.
It's Dr. Laura.
Dr. Mary, Dr. Laura,
Sorry.
thank you though. Thank you. We
It's my dumb brain.
do promote accuracy and fact in as much as possible in all of our video podcasts. All right, so we got Han and Leia. Han and Leia, right? I got one here. I'm gonna go with, and this is one of my favorite things because I know exactly who I'm talking about, but I have no idea what their names are. Which means that in editing, I will have to. I've had to do this before, where I ramble and then I just throw the name at the bottom.
Gotcha.
But it is the Rutger Hauer, Michelle Pfeiffer, Lady Hawk.
Oh.
I mean, now that's full on fantasy, and it's a full on love story fantasy, but
is.
it is just fantasy, and I mean, it's got Rutger Hauer, guys. It's got the Rutger Hauer in it, and I think that allows it. It can definitely fall within the acceptable geekdom of being able to watch a love story without watching a rom-com type love story. So I'm going to go with Rutger Hauer and Michelle Pfeiffer's characters in Lady Hawk.
Isabeau. That's her name.
Isabeau.
Isabeau.
And
Rutger.
there it is. And Rutger Hauer. Wolf. That's not his name, but that's what it turns into. So we'll just go with his alias, the Wolf. All right. What's another one for you?
Chani, Paul Madrid.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell me of your homeworld, Uso.
Oh, yeah. Now that is another great one where there's a love story in there, but man, it's not surrounded by so much weird stuff. I mean, you can almost miss the fact that there's this deep engagement. It really even opens. One of the first scenes is him having the vision of Chani on Arrakis, leading all the way to where she joins him when he takes the water of life, and there's a very good likelihood or expectation that he might not survive taking the bile of a newborn womb. Well, yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna steal the actress, right, and go right into the replicant Rachel and Deckard, Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Again, an amazing. And what makes that such an awesome love story is that there's a lot of undertone and underpinning, right? The fact that she's a replicant but doesn't know she's a replicant in the beginning, and he's literally, his job is to hunt down and terminate replicants, and yet he falls in love with one. Oh, it's that. Away. Oh. Now, if you were going to watch Blade Runner, quick segue. If you're going to watch Blade Runner, you've seen the different versions, yes? You've seen the director's cut, you've seen the original theatrical cut with the voiceover work. In Mike Davis's mentally unbalanced professional opinion, what is the definitive Blade Runner?
You go with the final cut, the director's cut, without the voiceover.
You are correct, sir!
I know.
Absolutely. And I don't, you know what? We keep asking people to subscribe and to like and comment. But to be perfectly honest, this is a rare time where if you disagree with
You're
the
wrong.
final cut
You're
being
wrong.
the definitive cut and the best cut of that movie, you are wrong. I apologize. It might be hard to hear, but you're wrong. And, well, you're just going to have to live with that because I agree with you, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Definitive. I don't care that it's, 4 hours long. It is a better movie, and the voiceover, the lack of the voiceover.
It's that much longer.
It's not much.
It's not a
no.
Dune type of thing.
No, it's not that much longer. The added scenes are little snippets here, little extensions to other scenes. It's not like there's a lot of missing, and it's actually more about how it was recut in there. But anyway, you're absolutely right. Well done, sir. That one. How about I got one? How about Jen and Kira?
Oh yeah.
The Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
The Dark Crystal. How's that for?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I have my moments, and I remember both their names.
Yeah.
Both their names. So, all right, one more. Let's go. One more. One more. You're looking at my pops, aren't you?
So?
Yeah. I have. So we're in the basement, and you can't see it, but I have the steel girder that runs the full length of my basement, and I have all of my Funko Pops that I've collected just going down. So Mike is working his way down. Let's see, who do we have? We got Weird Al Yankovic. We got Martian Manhunter. No, you gotta keep ding 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 ding. Yeah, Ripley. I mean, you got. Yeah, it's not gonna help you much. I don't clearly do a lot of couples.
Well, we did most of them so far.
Yeah, well, like I said, yeah, it's like four couples up there. So,
I'll go Flash and Dale.
all right, there you go. That's a good one. And another great.
Flash Gordon and Dale Arden.
They meet. They within the span of an hour, they crash in a plane and then launch off into the vortex to go to Mongol and I mean.
She loves them.
And she loves them.
Only 14 hours to save the Earth.
I mean, that's
Those are stakes.
that's some fast moving. That's a fast moving relationship right there. You know,
Certainly is.
I mean, just within the matter of basically a day, he's getting married.
Yeah.
Moving pretty fast, Flash. But hey, good for him. I really hope it worked out. I really hope it worked out. All right, so there you have some of our favorite, or the ones we can remember, maybe even not their names, sci-fi couples. Let's go on to segment number 2. Let's go on to our next segment, which is Who's Your Valentine? Now, the way that Who's Your Valentine works, it's kind of trivia, but it's not really trivia. Who's Your Valentine would be if you could choose your Valentine partner, but they have to be a character. So, for example, it's not Scarlett Johansson, the actress.
No.
It would be Black Widow from Avengers. And to keep things interesting, nothing's off the table. If you're really into, Bugs Bunny, when he dresses up as a woman, I mean, who isn't? That can absolutely be your choice. So cartoons, basically fictional characters within the science fiction and fantasy space. Who would be your Valentine? You want to check the wall of pops again?
No, that's not gonna help me. I'll go.
It's hard.
It's tough.
It's tough.
It's Tila or Chitara.
Ooh!
Chitara.
Tila.
Probably Tila.
Ooh, that's a hard one, though.
Yeah.
Tila or Chitara, either one would be a tough call. I'm allergic to cats, so if I was in that position, I'd probably give my Valentine to Tila just from a lack of Claritin perspective. But both of them are I like it too because they're both strong, capable, competitive, and incredible.
Yeah,
incredible. They're incredible. They're so strong and incredible. Large muscles and running speeds. It really was subconscious. If I was kind of going for the arm, the fist,
large, supple.
They're supple bow staff skills.
Yep. I'll go Tila.
All right, Tila.
Where are you going?
Oh man, where am I going? Well, for me, it's also a toss-up. And I think I'll stay within the cartoon realm, for a comparison. The toss-up is between the Baroness,
Oh, shut up.
the Baroness from G.I. Joe, and RC,
Oh.
from
Yep.
Transformers the movie.
Yep.
And honestly, it's a toss-up. For the Baroness, it's the glasses.
Yeah.
It's the glasses, right? I don't know what it is, but something about those round glass and the accent.
The accent, yep.
The accent
That
from
was-
the TV show and the dark glasses and
Yep.
spycraft.
Mhm.
She's a pretty intense character.
Sexy motherfucker.
And then RC on the exact opposite spectrum is far more sensitive and sweet and supportive. I mean, she's more, I don't want to say motherly because that sounds creepy, but she's the way that she is around the other Transformers. She's just a very different type of character, But ultimately, she's a hell. She's
Super
got.
sexy.
She's a sexy Transformer.
Yeah, she is.
I can understand, and Springer. I can understand why she kind of hooked up with Springer, because he was a good looking dude. He was a good looking dude.
He was a triple
All right, let's go for
triple.
one more each. Let's go for one more each.
more?
Let's.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I don't want to do that. You go with whatever floats your boat. I was about to say let's go out of the cartoon
Not
space.
cartoons?
If you can, let's go out of the cartoons. But I want.
can.
This is your heart. This is your love. I want you to go with whoever you want to go with.
Linda Carter, Wonderland.
Ooh, you son of a bitch! Oh!
Gotta go.
Oh!
Go in the Wayback Machine.
I want to take mine back. Oh my gosh,
Those are the ones
Linda
that got
Carter.
me young.
Oh my! Besides the fact that Linda Carter is awesome, just awesome. And I saw her recently. She had the cameo
Yeah,
in
the new
Wonder
one.
Woman '84. I have no idea how old she is, but she has aged well. She
Yes.
looks really wonderful, and yeah, she'll always be our Wonder Woman. Ooh, like I'm looking at I had a choice in mind. I'm like, no, that's not Wonder Woman. That's tough, man. That's tough. All right, fine. I was leaning toward Inara from Firefly, right? But as I thought of Inara from Firefly, I remembered that
Deadpool.
I no, well, yeah.
Go Deadpool
I don't
right
have that. Listen, I can't even do Just Dance, let alone the calendar girl from Deadpool. But when I was thinking of Inara, my brain went to that she starred in V, the reboot series of V, which means my brain, being the way that it works,
Diana.
immediately went to the original V, 1984-ish, and Diana from V, and I'm gonna go with Diana from V. And I'm pointing out, I'm not talking about the actress. I'm talking about Diana, lizard and all. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
I like it warm, so I'm, knowing that she's a lizard, she probably likes to keep it warm and dry. I think that's phenomenal. However, they attach that human face to her, that she still gets those incredible the jaw lines and cheekbones and yeah, it was one of those things where the show scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. Like, I was terrified of the V's.
Yeah, but
it's
those confusing boners.
Yes, it's very odd. It's like I'm really afraid, but I'm also half chub. It's weird. It's a strange and magical time for a young boy watching V Visitors. So that's gonna be my choice. Any other honorable mentions? We had Inara. I'm gonna give that as an honorable mention. Although, all right, how about this? I'm gonna change it up on you.
I would go Kaylee.
Oh, see, I was gonna say, if you were on Serenity, you got, and again, being that, it's a shame. I would love to have, if we had somebody that was attracted to men. It would be awesome to get like the alternate version of, who are we attracted to, being attracted to women, but also of the male crew members who's attracted to males. Maybe we could put that out there, right? Who's your favorite, as we go through these, who's your favorite or hottest, or who's your Valentine male cast member?
I'd have to go Mal.
I'd go Jane.
Jane?
And it's a toss-up between Jane and Shepherd Book. I don't know. I guess since it's not quite in the sexual realm, for me, right? I'm looking at characters that I think are going to entertain and engage. And there's something like Jane is the bad boy. He's the one you hang out with, but you don't marry. And then there's like Shepherd Book, which is, he's got some dark subtleties, but he's a caring and generous and kind person. So we're getting deep here, man. We're getting deep. Getting deep. All right, we got Firefly. Let's think of another.
There's Pris.
The replicants. All right, so in Blade Runner, you'd say Pris. Would that be your choice? Daryl Hannah with that fucked up hair that she has, that really wild hair.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Zora. I think I'd go with Zora.
Zora.
Isn't that Zora the dancer? Who then has the snake and then gets shot? I think her name is Zora. I think I'd have to go Zora. Because, honestly, first of all, Pris didn't do anything for me. She was a little bit too weird for me, right? And, of course, the other replicant is Rachel. And while Sean Young, very attractive in the role, your wife's name is Rachel. So for me, there's like that mental block. Nope, I just wouldn't. It's just weird. It's just like I know it would be weird. So process of elimination. But let's be honest. I think if we really had a choice, you can't tell me that both of us would not go. Edward James Olmos. Harrison Ford. No, you go Admiral Adama, baby. Come on, Edward James Olmos.
Oh, wait, man.
Seriously?
Marked up.
So what? So as soon as he opens his mouth, all of that disappears, and you're just floating on that. Oh man, we'll have to agree to disagree on that one. What's going on over there?
Either Rutger Hauer or Harrison Ford.
Both beautiful specimens of men, but still. Okay, you know what? Let's all right. What's our last? What's the last one? We had Firefly. We had Blade Runner. Is there a third that you can think of? Third movie series. I'm trying to think.
Nebula.
So Avengers,
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the broader
Yeah.
Nebula. Nebula's
Or
the,
sister. Yeah.
the blue one.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me think. Nebula. Well, I don't know. There's a lot to there's quite a selection
Yeah.
of. I mean, let's see. So Nebula, Gamora, Scarlet Witch, Pepper Potts, the Wasp, Valkyrie, Mantis. I forgot.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I'd probably go Mantis.
Oh yeah.
Just because I have the hardest time getting to sleep. And my brain is kind of always running at full. So, again, less about, a physical attraction and more about, oh man, if she could just do that all boop, and I could go into a nice, deep, restful sleep, I would, yeah. I'm at a point now in age where it's not so much looking at it from, ooh, that's hot. Oh, that's so hot. She was really hot. And it's more about, yeah, I think we'd make a good pair. We'd have a lot to talk about, and you know what I'm saying? It's more about companionship than lust. Lust has gone down, and now it's all about companionship and are we a good, appropriate fit? Because at this point, I don't know that how much I'm going to be able to do in the lust category, but God knows if we can share a nice conversation and a bowl of soup, well, I think I'd be fairly content. So. You laugh, but it's kind of true. I mean, that's the sad part is that I'm looking and going, I mean, of course I like and I want to have a physical attraction to somebody, but it's not like, it's kind of like that would be quick. It'd be like, yeah, they look good, but, can they drive in the dark? Because I could use help in that area. Things like that, right? How do they like the temperature in the house? Because if they like it too hot or too cold, that's a deal breaker for me. I'm at that point now where, I don't really care if you keep it messy or how you brush your teeth, but, the temperature in the house, that's a big deal to me. That's big, So, yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Mantis just for, the ambient perspective.
Powers.
Yeah, at that point I'm going for the powers. Which is, okay, so now let's going off script, segment 3. Yeah, see, that's why I need somebody with healing powers. I can barely move my fingers over. Segment 3, okay. If you could have any power, we're going to limit it to the Avengers, just so it doesn't go too crazy. Within the Avengers, by Avengers Endgame, when they're all out there, if you could be any one of the Avengers and have their powers, or just be you and have their powers, we're not going to get too specific, What would be your Valentine's Day power wish? See how I tie it right back in Valentine's Day. If we rub the box of chocolates and a genie comes out and says, you get one wish and it's a power from Avengers Endgame, but only today on Valentine's Day. What would be your Avenger power?
I don't know.
You don't know? How are you a 44, 45-year-old guy who has not thought long and hard about what power you would have if you got a superpower? On Valentine's Day. Who hasn't thought of that?
I don't know Valentine's Day power.
I'm not saying it's the power.
I know.
It doesn't have to be.
It's for humor.
You shoot chocolate hearts instead of web. Or Smarties or whatever those shitty heart candies are. I mean, you can have.
I'd probably go the Hulk.
You want a Hulk out? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I may never to make you angry there, buddy. I've never seen. I knew that was coming. I don't think I've ever actually seen you angry. That makes me nervous. The trade-off would be is that you'd never Hulk out.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's like, I'm the Hulk. And when's the last time you Hulked out? We actually don't know he's the Hulk because we've never actually seen him Hulk out. I've never seen that.
The Banner Hulk.
The Banner Hulk, the smart Hulk. You'd just be big
Hulk
green,
with the glasses.
a combination of strength, brawn, and okay. So, all right. I said you could go with what you want there. So my power. Ooh, I gave you so much grief, and now I'm thinking about it myself. Is it? I think I'd go. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, Doctor Strange. Because anybody can go with. I mean, it would be cool to be Captain America, but I don't want to go anywhere. It'd be cool to be Tony Stark, but I have an issue with heights. So when I really think about it, if I could just, I also think I could monetize it. Because I always thought to myself, if you could be a real mage, a real magic wielder, and then go into a profession of doing magic, I mean, that could be huge.
Yeah, but in a world where, you have superheroes, then it's not.
Maybe so. I guess that's right. If we're in that world,
you're just
maybe.
some fucking Gallagher.
Oh, wow.
At that point,
dude, it's Valentine's Day.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to go Gallagher on me and everything, man. Ouch. I mean, I didn't make fun of your power. You just want to be a big green smart guy. I mean, right? So. Wow. We're going to have to go. Only Valentine's Day where you and I are going to have to go to couples therapy. Can't agree on superpowers. Can't agree on Edward James Olmos. I'm almost nervous to find out what the next segment is. Let's see.
What did you write down?
What did I write down here on my fancy piece of paper? The next segment is movies. Movies you can watch on Valentine's Day. These are love movies or sci-fi fantasy movies that feature a love story. You're gonna see it's a little bit of overlap with our couples. You're gonna probably hear some. Maybe we'll try to think of some new ones because our list was written before we went through our couples. And you're gonna. So let's just work down the list here. So what do we have? We have Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
Talking about Empire Strikes Back, great science fiction love story. Serenity, the story of Mal, and honestly, I would say Firefly and Serenity, because Firefly, the TV series, really builds up the complex relationship between Mal and Inara, and then concludes with the Serenity movie. We talked about Blade Runner, and we talked about Dune. So let's get into a couple we haven't already talked about. Although for some of you, you're probably thrilled because it means the segment won't be as long. Fifth Element.
Oh.
Now there is a phenomenal love story movie in a pure, awesome science fiction space. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Is love. Love
The
is
fifth
the
element.
fifth element.
I forgot the actual fifth element is love, right? Is love. Wow, it's deep. What else you got? Not to put you on the spot, but what else you got? Science fiction, heavy-duty love story.
Duty. Oh my god.
And you can't go with anything we've talked about. You've already done Flash Gordon. Wow, it's hard that we really have our just set of like 8 movies. And that's it. That's all we know. Our 8 movies.
Go with her. The
Okay, sure.
AI.
The AI and Joaquin Phoenix. Sure, that's a good one. That's a kind of straight. I mean, that's sci-fi undertone, but that's more of a love story, like a very intricate love story that just happens to have AI in it.
That's in the future.
You know, that's where we're going now. Just if it's in the future.
It's Science fiction. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know why I'm being so specific and combative about this sort of stuff. I don't know why I'm making
Very
like,
vested.
such very specific parameters that I want around
I mean,
the love story. I don't have one. I would go with Aliens. I would go with Aliens because at its heart, it's an action movie. It's a sci-fi movie, but there's a developing relationship between Hicks and Ripley that ultimately culminates in the end with
that would
a.
ever be physical.
I'm not. It doesn't have to be physical.
That's more of a respect.
I totally agree with you, but
That's
I guess it's not so much a love.
romance.
I didn't say it had to be romance. It's a burden. It's a growing love, and sometimes love is in the form of respect. It's not all about the body, Mike. It's not all about the physicality. Sometimes it's about two people looking at each other, having gone through hell, and then, realizing that there's a mutual love that has developed between them, but in the form of respect, not physical or lustful love.
I guess.
This shit got heavy. I don't know. I don't think we should do Valentine's Day video podcast again.
All
It's
right.
not me. It's him. He's just not. I don't think you're just emotionally ready for what we're talking about here.
Romantic sci-fi movies.
There's clearly a growth and development thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going right to right to what? Any other movies that jump out?
Hey-o.
Any other movies that jump out? The Great Relationship, science fiction movies? No. All right. You know what? Let's just keep chewing along, right? Maybe this will be one of those. The whole podcast is fits right within 30 minutes, which is perfectly fine because anything on Valentine's Day should be as short as possible, in my book. Valentine's Day gifts for your geek. So, of course, we know there's flowers, and there's candies, and there's bears, teddy bears, and things like that. But now we're talking about what are some fun and interesting things that you can give to your geek on Valentine's Day that don't fall within those other parameters. So some fun.
Mario and Princess Peach.
I'm gonna assume that was from that. We're not talking about gifts. Because one, I want to hope that that's from the last segment. Two, because if Mario and Princess Peach is some kind of sex act, that's not what we're talking about here, right? That's not the gift that I want to be talking about. Okay,
Not in your house.
I don't need an Italian plumber, and there's some role playing stuff going on there that I don't want to get into. All right. Mario, I'll give you that. Mario and Princess Peach is a good one because God knows that they must love each other so deeply for the number of times that she has run off or been picked up by, King Koopa,
Koopas.
and
Never in the castle that you're in.
no letter, no note, no phone call, no message.
So, gifts.
Oh, nice. Wow, let's move. We're done with that section. Let's
Go gifts.
go gifts. All right. So why don't we start with it? It's Valentine's Day. Your significant other comes to you and puts a box in front of you. What would you love
What's
to
in
see?
the box?
What's in the box? It's a dick in a box. Oh my god! Wow! Ugh. Someone's going through the change. No wonder I'm so
Yes.
moody. Clearly, I'm going through some kind of change.
Someone's balls haven't
Wow.
dropped in a while.
My goodness, sorry. So you open up the box, and what
Yes.
is in the
Gwyneth
box?
Paltrow's head.
I mean, if that's what you want.
No.
All right, so
Let's
did
go,
you hear that, by the way? He
uh,
said, of course, Gwyneth
A
Paltrow's head.
binary watch.
A binary watch.
I can't read binary.
You can't read binary? I have.
I have no idea.
I have a
How
binary
that
watch. I don't
works.
have a binary watch. I should say I have a binary clock. And the only thing I can say about a binary clock is that I did figure out how to read it, but telling the time takes a good 3 minutes because it's not like you look at it and go, oh, it's 2:15. It still takes a while for me to go, yep, it is 2:15. But it's kind of, if nothing else, it's a good conversation piece when people look and they see these binary ones and zeros going on, and it actually tells the
Roman
time.
numerals aren't hard enough.
No. Oh, I'd go with that too.
Binary
I
ones.
love Roman numerals. All right, hand over this list. I was trying to talk about Gwyneth Paltrow's head,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and you just binary one.
It was a throwaway joke. It wasn't really.
Yeah, but we don't have to just throw it away because did you know
No.
that in the original movie, in the original cut of the movie 7, that they actually show her head in the box,
Yeah.
and they had a head plaster, whatever mold of Gwyneth Paltrow's head. It was obviously never used. If you've seen the movie, they don't use it. They allude to it. But several years later in the movie, many years later, like over a decade later, in the movie Contagion, which has Gwyneth Paltrow, spoiler here, she dies.
What?
And then they have an autopsy scene where they're removing the top of her skull, and they use
Oh, wow.
the dummy! They use the plaster dummy
Look at
head
that.
from almost 10 years early. Gwyneth Paltrow, whatever she's doing, she's aging very well. She's very, she's staying fresh, right? Whatever she's doing, she's staying fresh. Anyway, that
That
was a
was
little piece of
interesting.
interesting movie trivia. The removal of Gwyneth Paltrow's head, later removal of the skull, in a movie about basically a pandemic that just. So gifts.
Beat that
Gifts.
horse.
Yeah, gifts. Virtual reality. Virtual reality. So, you
How
can't
do
think of
you
something
give
real.
someone virtual reality?
You give them
Oh,
like a VR
device.
headset, right? Like they've got the Oculus, right? Or they got a PlayStation. The great thing about it is that finally in 2021, I can put on a headset and it comes close to the experience they said I would have in like 1991 in Lawnmower Man.
Oh, yeah.
Right? The flying, falling, floating, fucking, all of that stuff. You can finally do this now with these headsets, and
Be Cybo Man.
you can be the Lawnmower Man. Finally. So just had to wait a good 30 years for that one to work out. But hey, give it to me for Valentine's Day, and I will spend all day virtually ignoring you. That was very passive aggressive. That was very. Yeah, that was uncalled for, sir. I said good day.
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
What else do we have here? How about here's an easy one. Any toy. For me,
Yeah.
clearly, I think the hard part is that what do you get the man who has every toy
What
he
do you
already
get
wants?
a Wookiee when he already owns a comb?
So that's but you really can't go wrong if you get a toy or some interesting fun collectible or some dice. Really, that would be more than enough to keep me happy. What else do we have on the list here? Oh, a dice cup. This is a coffee mug, not this one, so don't get excited. But it's a coffee mug, where the mug is like a 20-sided die, and then it's just open at
I
the
thought
top.
you meant like a cup to actually roll dice in.
Well, I guess technically
I
it could
don't
be
know.
that too. No, this is like a coffee cup, but
gotcha.
the mug part of the cup is a 6-sided die or a 20-sided die or a 12-sided die, and it's for your geeky friend when they roll that natural 20, they take a drink. This is one that I found that I really want. I'm gonna have to find this because this is a Star Trek door chime, which is like from the original Star Trek TV series, where it's just like a gray panel with a little speaker box in silver and a yellow button.
Oh, it's an actual doorbell.
Yeah, it's an
Not
actual
just,
doorbell, door chime deal where it looks like it's right off the inside of the Starship Enterprise. I love fun stupid stuff like that. I love, like, it's not so much cosplay, but if I can take my doorbell and make it look like it's from Star Trek, where I can,
That's cool.
anything where I can say, no, I'm going to take this normal looking item and make it something else. Like, I had a toaster. I think you remember I had a Cylon toaster.
Battlestar toaster.
Battlestar Galactica toaster. And on one side it had a Cylon face on it, and it would actually burn the Cylon face into the toast. And the joke, of course, was, what do the humans call the robot Cylons in the show?
Toasters.
Toasters! So,
You get it.
right on the nose.
Right.
There's some good stuff.
Uh-huh.
All right. Any other interesting, like, if, again, you're opening that box, you know, we can let's go off the cuff. Let's go right off the memory, right off the little palette.
The dome.
Right off the dome. Boom! Right off the dome there. Let's see, what if tomorrow is Valentine's Day, that, you know, you got flowers or whatever for your significant other, now you're opening up a box and they got you exactly what you wanted, and it is...
Lightsaber dildo?
Well, okay.
I don't know.
You threw me on that one. Is it just because it's
What
a...
was that, or the Harry Potter jelly beans?
Oh, the any flavor?
Yeah.
The any flavor beans?
Bernie bots or
Yeah.
boots or bits or
Yeah,
something.
bitty booties, any flavor beans. That's an interesting
know.
spectrum, Mike.
Yes.
One of them is a candy
It's
where
mine.
it might taste like crap, and the other end is a Jedi's fetish sex toy.
Hey,
You know what?
it's Valentine's.
It's Valentine's Day. We're just gonna have to let that one slide. Well, we're certainly at my favorite part of the show, which is
The end.
near the end of the show. This is honestly, this is I think going to be as rough as the Star Wars holiday special. This is our version of the Star Wars holiday.
Or a itchy grandpa.
Possibly, and we're not going to do a little
We don't
dance
have
scene for Life
Jefferson
Day.
Starfish. Starship. Jefferson Starfish is a different thing.
Again, that's
You
another
used your lightsaber dildo for that.
for the Jefferson Starfish.
To do a Jefferson Starfish. Oh.
Woo!
Hey-o.
Oh, anyway, yeah, and with that, I'm thinking we are dangerously close to having our own version of the Star Wars holiday special. Let us go to our final segment of the night, which is our final segment of all of our video podcasts, which is the soundtrack of our lives. This is, you're building the ultimate playlist that represents you. What songs would be on that playlist? Today, of course, we're going to go with the, which was turned out
Valentine's
amazing.
edition.
Just amazing. We're going to go with the Valentine's Day Soundtrack of Your Life edition. So with that, I will turn it over to you, Mike.
Go, what's your Say Anything song?
Oh, I like that. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you're there.
Let me go off screen here.
It's raining.
All right.
You got the
All
ghetto
right.
blaster.
Diane Court has broken up with you.
Got your trench coat on.
You got your trench coat on, and you're standing out in the drizzle in front of your car, and you're holding up. All right, I guess I gotta lean down a little bit. You're holding that boom box
What's playing?
right over your head, and Say Anything is just carrying through the trees and the mist, and just reaching her window, and he's literally put all of his feelings, all of his heartache into that single moment
Give him a
and that
pen.
single song. What is your Say Anything Valentine's Day song?
Oh, I'm going first.
I can go first.
I don't care.
I think I may. Well, I'll go first. How about that?
You have.
As usual, I can't pick one, so I have picked a couple, at least some honorable mentions. And to help focus my brain, I always go with vinyl. I always go with, what do I got on vinyl? So for whatever reason, my playlist is going to just be all of my records, and I play one song and then flip it, and then one song and then flip it. All right. So holding it over my head, let's see, what do we got? First of all, honorable mention, number one, Dave Matthews Band, The album is Crash, but the song is two-step. Yeah. Save your love, I can do with best. Anyway, yes, two-step. As much better performed by Dave Matthews. Great song, but here's the challenge. Here's why it's not my Say Anything song. Too long. Got to hold that thing up the whole time, and I'm telling you, at some point, it's going to be
5 to 6 minutes.
Resting it on the shoulder, and God forbid it's a live version. You got another 8 minutes of noodling that he just does in the middle. That's
everybody gets a solo.
I don't think it's just too long to get the message across. You only have, it's like an elevator pitch. You only got a few minutes, right? A minute or two to get the message across. So as great as it is, it would not be my final pick.
Okay.
And then I went with Queen, and in this particular case, it's Queen's Greatest Hits Volume Dos. But the song is there's some tough ones.
Yeah.
Queen is really, they've got a huge market on incredible heartfelt songs. But in this case, I went with Who Wants to Live Forever from Highlander. Ooh, that would have been another good one from any of our other lists. We're not going to go back, though.
Time for us.
It's just a great,
decided for
it's a great love song. Now, the reason I can't go with this is not the length. It's just a little too slow. Now it's taking too long to kind of get to the message of Who Wants to Live Forever. So an incredible song. Just barely didn't make the cut. We end with my choice for my Say Anything, holding the stereo over my head. Paul Simon, Graceland.
You're going with Graceland?
I'm going with The Boy in the Bubble. No, I'm not going with The Boy in the Bubble.
The
No.
Bob and the Baby Carriage?
I am actually going to go with, there were two songs. It was a toss-up. And I finally decided to go with, so the first one I was going to go with was Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Oh my God, I love it. And then she got diamonds on the soles of her shoes. Diamonds on the soles of her shoes. See, no, we can't actually laugh at each other because we both know that song inside and out. I decided I'm going to go with You Can Call Me Al. Because
you can call me
you can
Al.
call me Al. I can call you Betty, and Betty, when you call me, you can call me Al. I think it says everything I need to say. It says it in the right amount of time. It's perfect for holding it over. It's got enough of a beat and a rhythm, right? Da 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 da. Boom 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 boom. Da 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 da. A man walks down the street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world. Maybe it's his first time around. Doesn't know the language. He holds no currency. He is a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sounds.
The marketplace.
Skeletons and orphanages. He looks around. He sees angels in the architecture and spinning infinity says, Amen, hallelujah. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. All right. So that's why I went with it.
Okay.
It really rolls off the tongue. And honestly, as long as I'm going to be holding up that stereo, I want to be able to kind of like, you can call me Betty. And Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. Call me out. Oh. Okay. All right, so live up to that one. All right. Mike, I'm going to slide the great boombox blaster over to
mine
you.
would be, Do You Realize by the Flaming Lips. That's it.
That's it?
all I need to say.
That's all you need to say.
You look it up, and you know which one is right.
Do you? Okay, you know what? I don't normally do this. I normally say we wait and we edit and I put it in, and then I say, right now, let me act like, right, okay, you're in. Do you realize? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
In space.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Everyone you know's someday soon will die.
Oh, yeah, uplifting. All right, let's see. Let's see. Do you realize? Let's see what we got here.
Oh.
Yeah. This is what it would be nowadays.
Beautiful face.
Good call. Good choice. Took me a minute to realize what it was. That's an excellent selection. Well, that brings us to the end of another mentally unbalanced, a mentally jack-balanced podcast.
Fucking Curly's gold.
Man, messed that up bad. Well, I'm Dave Floss.
I'm Mike Davis.
If you enjoyed this, honestly, if you're not sure, check out some of the other videos. But if you happen to find something charming about this particular video, take a moment and click subscribe on our YouTube page. And check us out on Facebook at our Mentally Unbalanced COI and Prometheus Falling for our collectible toy store. Mike, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
And happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Thanks again for joining us.